Well, this quote hits hard every time you see a report about the state of crypto versus the government. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you, and welcome back. And thanks to all the new subscribers. Today we're going to talk about education, but also the state of cryptocurrency and what the state and how we view its main purposes for. Now, education we know is important. We can't just rely on the government to get it. And we can't rely on the government just to hand us what we need. We have to learn how to invest because time and money. Now, because time equals money, we know this from how we work every day and we look at our paychecks and we value everything. But we have to remember, time is more important than money. There'll always be time to make more money, but never enough money to buy more time. And the closer we get to getting older every year, getting closer to 2022, we're going to look back and see how well have we invested our time and how well have we invested our money. What do we waste our time on? And that's the most important thing. And looking at the state of the financial markets right now, we know that transparent money supply is an important part of democracy. And I really don't think that how much money the Fed has been printing, about 35% of the whole U.S. supply right now has been printed this year. That's not being really transparent. And that's, again, part of the reason why cryptocurrency is such a valuable asset or even part of code to have and to use and to utilize. And that's why, because it's very difficult to understand. There's so much changing with the environment every day. So if you're investing in tech, you shouldn't be worried, right? Because you're investing in the technology of any cryptocurrency, you shouldn't be worried. But if you threw half your bank into SHIB and you're hoping you're retire, then I don't know what to tell you. Those are the long shots. But again, investing in the technologies like Loopring and a lot of the other protocols that are out there, you shouldn't really worry. As you've seen from the weekend crash, look, things will happen. But if you invest your money wisely in the right coins and the right sectors with cryptocurrencies, it's going to be exponentially growing. And again, we're all early. This whole thing about the whole state of the ecosystem right now is it's basically impossible to keep up with the changing and adapting environment. Every single day, every week, there's something new being added. But if you look from far away, you'll see large players where you have Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are the two large players. But if you look at a different section of this, we have the CEX, centralized exchanges. And that is basically the whole state of the ecosystem, what most people, I would say, know right now. About 95% of the people who come into cryptocurrencies are familiar only through these. And that is a very interesting thing. But how they see Bitcoin as the main cryptocurrency, but also the state of Ethereum. Ethereum has been just like the sleeper car that's been tucked away in these highway drag races at the nighttime, right? It's like that old Beetle with that 1,000 horsepower tucked inside with a double turbo just ready to spool up. When you have your Mustang 5.0 or your whatever else other car you want to come up right next to it. This is the layer 2. The layer 2 is coming more mainstream. And the Beetle's just going to hit pedal to the metal, let the turbo spool up, and it's just going to pull away. That's why, to me, Ethereum is the next, and it is right now. It's the current, and it's going to be the game changer. But again, this goes back to the state of the CEXs, and it comes down to marketing. Marketing, of course, how Bitcoin's marketing and how people see it. And right now, with the main focus right now for more adoption and introduction of cryptocurrency, to the basic Joe and Jane Doe, we have crypto.com. I've been seeing a lot more and more news about this, not just US based, but also over here in Asia. Now, crypto.com is based out of Hong Kong, but also I've seen a lot of news from Singapore. They actually have released a lot of information because crypto.com is becoming more mainstream. Their marketing is freaking insane. And CRO, the coin, is gaining value. And again, you can stake it on the Visa cards. It's a great master plan for people to build and hodl as much as they can, or as long as you can. But you have to be very careful. The cashback on the crypto cards are nice. There's something called supercharging for staking without specific time constraints. There's a lot of good pros about this, and they're approaching this in the right manner. I think for people who really want to get in and get to understand it, as a new stock exchange, CEX comes in line, they have to change the game plan, up the ante a lot. And I think crypto.com has done a pretty fair job of this, right? Now, all these newer positive announcements come up, we have to expect more positive news come in. Now, again, the last time we saw this, Robinhood, a few years ago, we saw Binance, BlockFi. This is by far, again, Crypto.com's most ambitious and expansive marketing plan that I've seen since Robinhood that had their last 15 minutes of fame. But again, it just takes one domino. Just like we saw this past weekend, because security will always be an issue. It only takes one mess up to cause a huge hack. And this past weekend with Bitmart, about $200 million stolen and hacked away, and people are still... There's more updates about this going on. I won't go into more detail about it, but I do like to follow and kind of follow up this on my own and to see how things go and what kind of methods they're using to track the people down and what the results will be. Most likely we'll never get it back, but again, to me, that brings back the strong belief of a cold wallet over keeping your crypto assets in somebody else's account, in somebody else's website, their domain. I mean, you buy something, you want to own it. You buy a TV, you want to own it. Don't buy a TV and you give somebody else to watch it. No, you don't do that. And especially for crypto assets, this will be a topic for another video that I'm working on, and it'll be a longer video. But imagine right now your whole wallet right now. Just add 4 more zeros to that. Would you trust that in your current centralized exchange right now? Or would you rather take that offline and hold that for yourself? That's kind of interesting. Well, right now, Singapore, they have gone online and given Crypto.com a specialized security status, as you can read right here in the news. This is a pretty big deal for Singapore. Singapore has been a huge financial sector for the last 20, 30, even 40 years. And it's a fantastic city if you ever get a chance to go there. Definitely, hopefully after this whole COVID-19 thing hits, it's a great city to go see. But now, Singapore is not the only place with huge crypto ambitions. You got to think locations such as Miami, a couple other cities in the U.S., El Salvador, Malta, you have all places, even the city Zug in Switzerland. They're also getting into this because they have to make efforts. They see there's a fine line to be tread. Because right now the crypto industry, it's growing up with just a few regulations. So again, there are many players. They're basically scoffing at the government. They're going along line, and they're going along because they know about the rules of crypto. There are not many rules right here. And any officials to attempt to impose any guardrails is going to be met with more backlash, as we see all the time. Now, Crypto.com, right now they're offering some bridges to more adoption. But again, the purpose of Bitcoin and crypto is to use the system of government that they can't stop. And for me, this comes back to the quote in 1984. Basically, it's a sly way around to introduce something they can't stop. And this is the way forward. And again, it's going to be scaring them into a new cycle. So all of you out there, hope you have a great day. Whatever you're doing, invest, keep learning. Game on.